sounds, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Blast off.
Why do I like music so much? I like music. Let me take that back. I love music because it creates an open, honest, and real level of communication between people that have no idea that they may be thinking on that exact same frequency. We come together and we're making this music together, and it's creating a vibration. It's creating a literal vibration, because music is a vibration. But it's also creating a vibration between us three, and we are beginning to realize on a spiritual level and on a third eye level, on a telepathic level, that we think alike. And odd enough, that creates friendships. And we didn't even know each other. That's why I love music. It creates an open level of communication between anybody, and everybody understands it. Even people who don't play music, they like, everybody's receptive. Oh, okay, that was cool, yeah. You know, of course you have the musicians who really like the complicated jazzy stuff that the non-musicians don't hear, but that's still communication. It's like, oh, okay, that's a different language. It's linguistics through a vessel that is fluent on all levels. That's why I love music. And it heals people. It heals people, bro. It heals the person that's making the music first, and they don't even know it because they just want to make the music, and then it heals the people listening.
I've been street performing since, I think it's been about 5 years that I've been doing it. I started on guitar and then I switched to playing sax. I've only been playing sax for about 4 years. I've had a lot of struggles with finding places where I could play, like being able to be in a train station. When I first started, it was a lot of backlash from police and just other people like, I don't want to hear this, and this is a busy train station, why are you in the middle of it? You're causing traffic, like things like that, you know? And it's like, musicians aren't necessarily as welcome as everybody would think, you know? People that aren't from New York are gonna be like, wow, yeah, this is a musician's paradise. There's so many different places and different schools, but little do they know, going to Juilliard is like $70,000 a year, you know? Going to new school is about what, $50,000, $60,000 a year? And so it's really hard. Like the city doesn't cater to musicians. In my opinion, the city doesn't cater to anybody, you know?
Can we get some keys?
Fire away. Music. You're getting the real New York flavor. You got lucky today. Now this is way before records. Actually a little after records. I would say 3 years after. The first record that I recall hearing that was a rap record was what's it, the Sugar Hill Gang, you know, which everyone uses.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop, you don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie, say up jump.
That was the record at the time, and I was like, wow, I think I might do that. And long story short, my brother was in this group called Mastodon and the Death Committee. And he started messing up, and the DJ who was Mastodon They say, hey, you know any MCs, blah, 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 blah. And my brother said, well, yeah, my brother raps, sort of. He sort of sings more than he raps. So, you know, it's gotten me a lot of gigs, so to speak. So hip hop is, and it's actually nurtured me in a way that's respectful of today, for people for today. You know, so you'll never hear the N-word out of my mouth, nigga. You haven't heard that since I've been speaking with you, right? I don't use that word because I know the connotation, I know where it comes from, and I'll never use it. It'll never be a word or a term of endearment for me. I don't care how many times you use it. You know, I hear a lot of people go, well, if you use it enough, it desensitizes, you know, bullshit. Sorry. So, yeah, it's taught me to be that way. Respectful of people, especially my brothers and sisters. So,
just how do you make music sustainable? How does that pay for your rent? How does that put food on the table and things of that sort? And it also, like, when I was growing up, it was always, you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it was like these things that you just needed to do. And then as soon as you got that done, you were set for life. And it kind of, being in college, it made me realize I don't need to go to college in order to make money, in order to have a sustainable life, you know? There are plenty of people that dropped out or didn't even go to college that are way more successful than people that I know, you know? So.
Resources to become an artist. Because I remember growing up and being like, yo, I want to be a drummer. But I'm looking at these prices like, yo, I could never afford this. This is crazy to me. Like, so I'm thinking about all the kids who have seen me or seen anyone play an instrument and been like, oh, I want to do that. And they have that idea diminished because they lack the resources. Their parents don't have the money to fund that. Music, art, that's not an educational system, and they don't fund that. And you know how many artists I bump into when I go teach? They're like, oh, I want to be a drummer, I want to be a DJ, I want to be a guitarist, a bass player, a pianist, or a saxophonist, or whatever. And they can't do it because their parents can't afford it. So I'm like, if I get back to neighborhoods and create a community, a building, an establishment that is, you know, at first nonprofit, that provides the resources for these kids, we'll have a lot more artists. We'll have a lot more good mental health. Art, music is therapy, and we need that. That's what reminds us the beauty of life. That's what gives us the childlike mentality to be like, okay, life is hard, but art and music and trees and nature is a way to remind yourself that I can heal and things will get better. So we need art, we need music, and we're not going to get that in the educational system. So why not create an establishment where kids of all ages, kids of all ethnic backgrounds can go there and do that with people who are professionally trained to provide that for them. You understand? Like,
Thank you.